And good evening to all. My name is Edna Santiago, and today I will be speaking about the importance of voting. I will share the definition of voting, explain a little bit of the history about voting, and stress the importance of it. Um, let's begin by defining voting. Voting, according to the Webster's Dictionary, is a formal expression of or preference for a candidate or for a proposed resolution of an issue. Another interesting fact that I found while I was doing my research is that on the Washington Post it says that an astonishing 20 to 30% of Americans do not exercise their right to vote. I find this very hard to believe because we are Americans and we need to exercise the right to vote. Also, young people need to go out and vote more because we are the ones that make the difference for our future and for our kids' future. And so when we look at the word voting, we need to understand what it means and understand the right that we have been given to to exercise. But let's face it, voting is the right that a lot of Americans take for granted. And ironically, it is the right that defines Americans or America as a democracy or a democratic country. It is a right given by our founding fathers. 200 years ago, only white males of wealthy descent were allowed to vote. Needless to say, we have come a long way since then. Just recently, in the year 2008, I was given the opportunity of experience history in the making when an African American candidate was elected to become president of the United States for the very first time. But not only that, we had a woman running for presidency, and we also had a vice president woman running for office as well. So I think that we should exercise that right um, and encourage other people to exercise it as well. Another interesting fact is that we got to understand where voting it came from. It came from our founding fathers, and a lot of soldiers give up their lives and their freedom to provide this right for us. They go out and fight overseas to to allow us to have this right. We have to understand that a lot of lives have been lost so that we could live today and have this right to go out and vote. Voting is a way for us to voice our opinion in the government as well. Every time we cast our votes, it's a little bit of voice that we have in the government. So if we do not cast our votes, we cannot complain about the economy and complain about gas prices because we had a chance to go out and vote and voice our opinions, but we didn't. So it it kind of it's kind of an oxymoron per se. You cannot just not vote and then go out and complain. So we need to exercise the right of voting. I know that when I cast my vote, I always feel extremely proud of being an American because a lot of countries outside of the United States do not get this right, and they would love to exercise this right. For instance, Cubans, they would love to have a voice in their government, and they would love to have the right to vote and elect their own government. And of course, they do not have that. So we need to understand how important this right is and how we need to exercise it every day or every year when we get to vote. And we don't only need to vote for presidency, but we also need to